So next game, big opinion on this one. Lions at Bears.
Okay.
Spread is at -3. This is a divisional game.
Oh, yeah.
Bears are at -3, and the
God.
over-under is very high at
my
48.5. What are your thoughts here?
Holy smokes. Okay, I just saw something concerning on this game.
So let's take it back one notch.
Okay.
The Lions just beat the Packers, and the Bears, obviously, we talked about it earlier. They, one big win against the Patriots, and they played the Dolphins to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
So, like I said earlier, the Bears are like most unconsciously hot team for losing that I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous.
Can I ask you this question?
Go ahead.
Who's better right now, the Bears or the Packers?
The Bears.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't like the Packers.
I know.
Yeah. I never liked the Packers.
I saw a stat. It was like, what are the odds that either of those teams make the playoffs or maybe win the division? And the Bears were like 1 percentage higher than the Packers. And I thought that was just hilarious thinking about it because, once again, going into the season, everyone's going to think the Packers are going to be at least a playoff team, right? And then you look at the Bears, you think they're going to be god-awful, 3 wins, no hope.
Yep.
But
so,
go on.
So the line opened at 1.5 Bears. Looks like a ton of bets and a ton of smart money drove it up to 2.5 Bears. 3 is the best spot you can get for the Lions. But it's not expensive either. But so, like I said, the Bears are really trending upwards. The Packers probably just beat the Lions for maybe the first time ever. I mean,
and the Lions beat the Packers?
Yeah, sorry. The Lions beat the Packers for maybe the first time ever. So both teams are kind of trending in the right direction. But like I said, the momentum behind the Bears is absolutely unconscious right now that you can't tell me to bet against it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they're coming off a loss, I still have never seen so much faith in a losing team. Even like the Redskins, the delusional fans for the Redskins or the Cowboys when they were bad, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I think it's probably the excitement around the legs and the explosiveness of Fields. But maybe the addition of Claypool as well, new coaching staff also. I like the Bears here. I mean, I'm going to go against 80% of the money and 80% of the bets and 92% of the money. Give me Bears -2.5 before it gets up to 3.5.
Oh, 92% on the Bears?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with it, though.
Yeah. Definitely agree. You know me. I'm definitely biased, though. Love my Justin Fields. I think next year he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. He has everything you want. I mean, coming out of high school, he was a 5-star athlete. Number 2, coming into college, was electric for Ohio State. And I think this is it. This is like his turn to becoming a great quarterback. I think they just figured it out. They just look like a completely different team. I don't think you can say the same about the Lions. We're talking about in Chicago. The fans are going to be wild. Mm-hmm. Jared Goff playing like in bad weather doesn't seem great to me when you look at a team that has way more creativity when it comes to offensive plays with Fields, and their running game is spectacular where they have 2 really good backs. And I'm riding it. We ride it. I think this line is wrong, and I think it's showing that the Sharps kind of agree with me on this sense because I think the line should be closer to like 4.5. Yeah, and it's at 3.
So I'm saying bet it now before it gets
bet it now before it gets to that point. Because to me, if you're asking me, this line is basically saying that the Bears and the Lions are pretty equal teams, and I completely disagree. Because the Bears are doing this, and the Lions are kind of just like hovering, right? Grats, you beat the Packers. That doesn't mean anything, honestly. And then the Bears, if Claypool got that PI and the Bears somehow won that game, which I feel like they kind of were moving to that way.
It looked that way.
That this line would be completely different. It would almost be Bears like 5.5 at that point. So
that was my upset I called. I was damn near close.
Yeah.
Damn near close.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was on the Bears on that game. Like, come on, baby. We're riding. So, yes, to me, Fields is playing great. Top 5 fantasy quarterback. It's all trending up. Like, they've been playing great ever since that Thursday Night Football game. And even still, when they played the Commanders, they were 1 catch away from winning. Yeah. Like, if Mooney caught that football, they would have won. Yeah, and then they would go into Patriots, win that game, almost win to the Dolphins. I had a sneaky take. This is pretty hot takey. Bears are going to make the playoffs. They have a very difficult schedule. They have to play like the Eagles and the Bills.
NFC's pretty wide open, so you got that going.
I just think and this is hot take. Like not necessarily believing it, but we talk about a team it's the second half of the season, right? So things are going to happen that you're not expecting. Cardinals were a prime example last year. They were super hot. They went 9-0, and then they just started falling off a cliff.
Yep.
And so, the Josh Allen, he's out. Maybe the Bills start losing. That's a different, conference.
Yeah, so let's look at this now. All right, so we've got the Bears are currently in – oh, man, 14th place in the conference.
They would have to get at least 5 wins of their next, 8.
It doesn't even list me how they can make it. Yeah, so...
Oh, it'd be insane.
They're 1-5 in the conference.
But that team
you still want
to
stand on it? I know, but it's kind of hard to come back from
it.
If they were
a Jussie Fields MVP
2
ticket.
and 4, if they were 3-3, 2-4, maybe I could see it. 1-5 is...
It was a mega hot take.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
let's say this.
Wasn't a bearish take.
It has to be two things, right? Whoever is leading or whoever's in the wild card has to fall off entirely.
Yeah.
And then they would have to make this pretty insane push to where they win 8 games.
Yeah.
So maybe the Giants, they just start falling off hard, and then maybe
Falcons,
the 49ers
Falcons,
or the
Commanders,
Falcons or a team like
Rams.
that just start deteriorating.
Okay. Yeah.
It goes on this unreal Bears run.
All right. But the inverse situation you could be in is the Saints could start heating up. The Rams could start heating up.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't think the Rams will, but the Rams could. The Cardinals could. I don't think anything.
I was asked the hot take, and I was just like, let's be fun. I'm gonna say something crazy.
No, so if you get the Giants to fall off, the Falcons to fall off, the Commanders to fall off, realistic.
Yeah,
they could do it, and they win. How many games?
5. I feel 8-9 could
make it
in the wild card.
All those teams drop stinkers. Problem is they'll probably play each other. But if those teams drop stinkers, they could probably do it with 4.
That's what I'm saying.
4.
They have to play the Bills, right? So maybe they catch the Bills with a backup QB, and then maybe we're waiting for that Eagles loss. Yeah. So maybe the Eagles lose to the Bears, and it's then we just see this Bears team come out of nowhere.
All right.
I'm just gonna place it for fun, and we'll come back to this.
The Bears are hot. The Bears are hot. They're hot. They're covered in honey.
10th.
They're hot. Bet the Bears.
Right. And I'll ask you the over under 48.5.
Smokey the Bear. I like the under.
I like the under.
I'm betting on the Lions to drop a stinker.
And that's coming from both of these teams have really bad defenses, and I think that's kind of what people are thinking, that it's going to be this high-scoring game. But at the same time, I feel like both teams, they don't play fast-paced. They both play kind of slow, under center, a lot of running, and to me, 48.5 just seems inflated to me.
Yeah, so it opened at
that's coming from a guy who's Justin Fields, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think the line should be 46.
So it opened at 46.5. You nailed it.
Yep.
82% of the tickets, 95% of the money. So both the public and the sharps drove it up to 48.5. So the sharp side here, although the money indicates it's the over, if you want to bet against the public here, you'd be taking the under at 48.5.
Yep, I like it.